Hello North Country and welcome to Beekmantown Central School, the Eagle's Nest for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference Varsity Boys Basketball. For this one, Glidden Paint and North Country Cable Network are happy to bring you the game between Beekmantown Central and Seton Catholic Central School. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon on camera. The Beekmantown Eagles still looking for their first win on the season. They are 0-6. Seton Catholic at 1-5. The Eagles opened with a loss against Peru on this court. They then lost to Plattsburgh High School, Northeastern Clinton. They lost by 6 to Mariah Central, by 10 to Tupper Lake, and they lost to Saranac Lake by 14 in their most recent loss. They're 0-6. Seton Catholic with a record of 1-5. They opened the season with a victory over Tupper Lake, a 49-41 win. They have then lost to Sable Valley by 5, to Northern Adirondack, which was undefeated at the time. They lost to them by 10. They lost to Saranac, another undefeated team, by 15. They lost to Saranac Lake by 10, and they lost to Ticonderoga by 5. One thing you can say about a ball game like this, when 0-6 meets 1-5, both teams, it's easy to get up for the game because from the locker room you can smell a victory out on this court. The Beekmantown Eagles have been led in scoring by Eddie Moore, Nate Brown, and James Himes. Each of them has had 1 or 2 games in double figures. Moore with a game of 14 and 12. Nate Brown 10 in the Eagles' most recent game against Saranac Lake, and Jamie Himes with 10 against Northeastern Clinton. Matt Hazen had 12 against Mariah. They have hit 7 3-pointers. Nate Brown has 5 of those, and Matt Hazen has the other 2 for the Eagles. They've had trouble scoring points. They've hit double figures in just 10 of the 24 CVAC quarters they've played this year. The Eagles are coached by Maceo Dubose. Seton Catholic is coached by Larry Converse in his 16th year as the coach at Seton Catholic. They've been led in scoring by Daniel Willett, although he missed 3 ball games. Willett has 2 games of 13, and then a very balanced scoring from the other starters. Bruno, who's hit 8, 9, 6, 2, 5 in his first 5 ball games. DeCamp, who has had a 9-point game. Glenn Schul, who has been their high scorer with games of 16, 11, and 11, mixed in with a 5, 9, and 8. And Maggie has had 2 9-point games. 3-point shooting, Glenn Schul leads the team with 10 3-point shots, and Bruno has 7 and Maggie 2. Scoring in double figures, of the 24 quarters, they have scored in 12 times. They've hit double figures. So it pretty even ball game. If you look at the statistics, we look forward to an exciting contest. We've already had a modified A game that was won by 2 points by Seton Catholic in a junior varsity game that went into overtime before Seton Catholic could win that one. We look for another close ball game tonight. Once again, I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon. He's our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. And thanks so much to Rick Hazen and the gang at ICI Deluxe Paint Center. That's Glidden Paint in Plattsburgh. The officials for this one, Arnie Miller coming right towards us, and Peter McMillan, 2 of the finest in the CVAC, AA Bowl Board 43. Beekmantown opens all 3s, everybody with a 3 on their jersey. Nate Brown, number 3, Matt Hazen, number 23, Ramiro Ribeiro, number 31, Eddie Moore, 32, and Eddie Castine, 33. A team full of 3s right there. Both teams very young teams. Just 2 seniors on the Beekmantown team, Moore, who jumps at center, and reserve James Himes, who has seen a lot of action. Seton opens with senior Glenn Schewel, 21, Nick Maggie, 30, Ian Luck, 31, Ryan Mockery, 42, and Daniel Willett, number 50. 3 seniors on the Seton team, and that would be starters Schewel and Mockery, as well as reserve Adam Haberstroh. So very young teams. That's partially reflected by their record, and Schewel, don't be deceived by his small size. He can hit from the outside, he penetrates, he's a great ball handler, and he can play quick defense. Willett back to the hoop, lost the handle, and it will be Beekmantown Eagles ball. Under full court pressure, this is Hazen, and they back off him, and Hazen down the floor. Seton in a man-to-man defense. Mockery guards Ribeiro. Brown, Castine thought about it, penetrates. Didn't have a good hold of the ball as he took the shot, and it will be Seton Catholic ball. Schewel, guarded by Brown. This is Willett. Up top to Mockery. This is Luck, and then to the hoop goes Luck. He's fouled by Castine. 53 seconds into the ball game. No scoring thus far. Glenn Schewel sets the offense, calls play number 1. Gets it to Mockery in the paint. He has the shot. Moore partially blocked it. Rebound Ribeiro on the inside for the Eagles. 2 veteran coaches, Maceo Dubose for Beekmantown, Larry Converse for Seton Catholic. Converse assisted by Bob Dubose and Jim Baker, the junior varsity coach. Castine inside, gets the bucket. Beekmantown's up 2-0 on an Eddie Castine 2-pointer. All the way, and that was blocked by Castine, but a foul called, and Castine has 2 quick fouls. Swish by Schewel to make it a 2-1 ball game. Substitution, McGowan in and Castine out for the Eagles. Tom McGowan is a junior. Many juniors on this Beekmantown team. Schewel 2 for 2 from the line, and we're tied at 2 with 6:40 to play in the first. Hazen all the way strongly up the floor. McGowan looks. Neither team with a dominant big man. Ribeiro, guarded by Mockery. Moore, McGowan. Excellent defense. We expect to see aggressive, excellent defense from both teams. Shot clock at 5 as the shot goes up. Moore and Willett battled on the boards into the hands of Mockery for the Knights. We've played 2 minutes. We're tied at 2. Mockery for Schewel. He's in heavy traffic and he traveled. Moore looks, he wants to get it in, and good defense from Schewel. Moore will try again, goes to Hazen. Hazen, a left-handed dribble, guarded by Luck. Brown, off the mark, but McGowan scrambles for the rebound. Another opportunity for the Eagles. Brown inside to Moore. He works for the shot. Reverse lay is good. Eddie Moore, nice move under the hoop. It's Eagles 4, Knights 2. 5:15 to play in the first. This one, nice pass from Schewel to Mockery. out of bounds. Officials Peter McMillan and Arnie Miller. Let me tell you, I'd like a nickel for every game they've officiated in their lifetime. It'd be like hitting the lottery. And Peter McMillan, my sometimes broadcast partner, we worked a couple of games for volleyball, and we're going to work another one not too many days from now. McMillan and Gagnon will team up for a volleyball match. Can you imagine that? Brown, McGowan. Looking inside, this is Moore, the other big man now, 34, Brent Coron. Brown with the shot from the outside. Moore, almost had the rebound, on the floor for it. We'll see a lot of bodies on the floor in this game as they scramble for loose balls and play hard defense. Nearing the midway mark of the first quarter. Into the ball game is Dan Boise, number 44. What is he, about 6'5"? He looks about 6'5" to me. He's a sophomore. McGowan and Willett tie it up. Willett gets it in to number 30, a new man in, that's Nick Maggie. Not used to seeing Maggie looking so older. I saw him as a little leaguer so many years. Willett nicely to the hoop for 2. Tied at 4. Moore and Castine with the Eagle points. Schul and Willett with the Knights points. Timeout. 4:19 remaining. The score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Beekmantown 4, Seton Catholic 4. The Knights in a strong full court pressure D, but a foul called here, a block called on Danny Willett. Eagles ball in front of the Eagles crowd. Coach Mark Haley there, varsity football coach at Beekmantown Central. Into Moore, double team, found Coron to the hoop. Moore called for over the top. I thought Moore might get away with it, but he did not with official McMillan there. And the Eagles with full court pressure of their own. If they clear for Schul, he should be able to get it up the floor. He is quick and low to the ground. Maggie to the hoop, shoots on the run and gets it. Nice baseline shot by Nick Maggie. Maggie gives the Knights the 6-4 lead. Turnover. And that's one thing that has plagued the Eagles, and that would just be the lack of varsity experience for this team, as they've had a number of turnovers this season. Boise looks, gets it to Willett, guarded by Moore. Walk to the basket, spin move, but Moore said something about that. He said rejection. Coach Converse wants play number 6. Maggie, Luck and Schul to the hoop, shoots on the run. Moore with the rebound for the Eagles, clears it to Hazen. Hazen looks the court, like that left-handed dribble. Moore shot, no. Rebound inside. Maggie dishes to Schul. Schul's the quarterback for this Knights team. Maggie guarded by Hazen. Ooh, Hazen almost got it. Maggie goes, threw the ball away into the hands of McGowan. A 2-on-2, so McGowan decides to take his time. 2:40 to play in a quick first quarter. Low scoring, it's just 6-4. Neither team finding the hole. Knights 6, Eagles 4. Willett, no. Low percentage shooting by both teams in this first quarter. Coron went baseline, and a kick was called as Coron tried to dish it to Moore. Substitutions for the Eagles. Number 10, Himes, and number 20, Earl Parks, into the lineup. Two sometimes starters for the Beekmantown Eagles. They started earlier in the season. So it's now Coron, Parks, Himes, Hazen, and McGowan. So just one starter from today's ball game for the Eagles right now. This is Parks and Hazen. Hazen takes it, nice left-handed drive, reverse lay, wouldn't go. I would have rather seen him take the shot on the left side. I think he was a little worried about a block from the trailing defender. Score remains 6-4. Luck has the ball. He gets past McGowan, but he went out of bounds. It will be Eagles ball. Score remains Seton Catholic 6, Beekmantown 4. We've had a drought, no scoring in the last 2-3 minutes. The Eagles throw it away. When you're having turnovers like that, you can blame the aggressive defense. Into the lineup for Seton Catholic, number 33, Adam Haberstroh. It's another guy I have to look twice at. I haven't seen him since he was a youngster. Boy, these guys changing their looks. McGowan inside to Coron, back to McGowan. McGowan shoots the jumper. Haberstroh, well, he was knocked off his feet as he went for the rebound. I think Himes put a good football hit on him. Coach Dubose is saying, yeah, that's good in football. Coach Haley taught you that move, but in basketball, you can't do it. And that's our buddy. We're a longtime friend of James, don't call me Jimmy, Himes, one of our favorite Eagle players. And he's quite a track star, I'll tell you that for Himesy. He is a track ace. 50 seconds to play first quarter. Brown on the run. Haberstroh catches up to him. Too hard off the glass. McGowan inside, stripped to the ball. Justin Berto into the lineup. Nope, who is that? That's Ryan DeCamp into the lineup for Seton Catholic. Foul called. So we've got Ryan DeCamp scrambling. We've got Matt Bruno scrambling, number 12. So it's DeCamp, Bruno, Haberstroh, Mockery, and Boise. So now Coach Converse just with one original starter. And there's a turnover right in your hands, and it rolls away. Coach Dubose couldn't believe that one. 35 seconds to play. First quarter. Bruno. Haberstroh back to Bruno, three-point range. Ooh, that looked good. McGowan on the run. He goes New York to California. New York to California for McGowan. And we are tied at 6, just 8 seconds. Bruno, oh, nice ball handling, Bruno. And he's fouled by Parks. And Coach Dubose accidentally dropped his program on that one. 4 seconds to play. We're tied at 6. Seton Catholic's going to get one last shot. It'll be Bruno. Oh, I thought Bruno would shoot it. Oh, too late. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. You want to get that shot off. But again, just couple seniors on, what is it, 3 seniors on the floor for Seton Catholic, and you like that experience. After 1, the score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Beekmantown 6 and Seton Catholic 6. And now, how about these Beekmantown cheerleaders? They say beat those nuts. Knights, the varsity cheerleaders are our favorite, Christy Grizzle, and then Barbie Eero, Jessica Easter, Hope Bushy, Beth Bois, Disa Matat, Trisha Newell, Melissa Rebidu, one of our favorites also, and Katrina Rossett, and they are coached by Coach Lucia. Set for play in the second quarter. No break on camera for our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer, Eric Gagnon. I'm Foxy Gagnon, North Country Cable Network and ICI Deluxe Paint Center, Glidden Paint. Happy to be here for Beekmantown Central basketball against Seton Catholic. The varsity boys are out today. Castine back in with 2 fouls for Beekmantown, and the ball's in Castine's hands. It's Castine, Brown, Moore, Himes, and Parks. The Knights with DeCamp, Bruno, Haberstrove, Boise, and Mockery. Brown gets it. Nate Brown gives the Eagles the lead 8-6. Both teams have led by 2. That's been the story in this one. DeCamp inside a Mockery, knocked out of bounds almost by Himes. Matt Bruno gets it to Mockery and ball thrown away. Whoa! Arnie Miller thought it was tipped. My angle didn't look like it was tipped. 3 new Knights onto the floor now. So for the Knights, I think it's the starting 5 back out on the floor. Willette, Luck, Maggie, Mockery, and Schul. Indeed it is. Coach Converse's starting 5 on the floor. Willette to the hoop. Parks tried to draw the foul. It was a missed shot. Eagles up by 2. They have the ball. Himes to Castine. Parks. Brown passes on the 3. Gets it inside to Moore. He was falling away from the basket as he took the shot. Glenn Schul, guarded by Earl Parks. Willette gets it and he's fouled. Willette ties it at 8. Push called on an Eagle underneath. Let's check to see who that is. 6:27 to play in the second quarter. The Beekmantown foul was on Earl Parks. That's his first. The official timer is Lorna Marks. She has to keep track of the fouls also. I never had to do that when I was official timer at Plattsburgh High School. Thank goodness. 9-8 lead for the Knights. Brown goes end to end, too hard off the glass, inside Ribeiro, but he's fouled. That foul was called on Luck, and Ramiro Ribeiro will go to the line for 2. The junior Ribeiro looks to tie it at 9. He does. Brown pressures Schul. Mockery. Maggie. Ribeiro with the steal. Down the floor to Castine. He traveled, dragged both feet. And here you see both teams turning the ball over without a shot. And that's one thing, boy, it can be so frustrating for a coach. You work hard playing defense to get the ball. And then on the offense, you never get the shot. Frustrating for a coach. Another turnover by the Knights. And the Eagles turn it right back, and then the Eagles get it back, and Moore cashes in. Eddie Moore has 4 points, and the Eagles lead by 2. It looks like it's going to be that kind of game throughout. Mockery in the paint, off the base of the rim. He worked hard to get the shot back. Missed that one. More on the inside. Nice battle beginning to brew under the boards between Mockery and Moore. Castine gets it into Moore. And it's obvious. Oh, the long distance pass. Luck on the run. Couldn't get the handle. From listening across the court to Coach Dubose, I think he wants to get that ball inside to Eddie Moore. Try to use Moore's strength and also try to pick up some fouls on Mockery and Willette inside. 5:05 to play in the second quarter. The score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Beekmantown 11 and Seton Catholic 9. Top of the key, and this is Hazen. Ribeiro almost threw it to Coach Converse. You can see on the sidelines, the court extends right to the bleachers. Hazen off the base of the rim with his three-point try. No team with a three-pointer in this ball game so far. They came into the ball game 19 three-pointers for Seton Catholic through their 6 CVAC games, and Beekmantown with just 7 three-pointers. Seton Catholic now in the bonus on that 7th team foul by Beekmantown, and Glenn Schul goes to the line for 1 and 1. He's 2 for 2 from there so far. Castine, Brown pops it. And Maggie there for the Knights. The cold outside shooting continues. Oh, Brown thought about it, gets it inside to Hazen. His turnaround, blocked by Maggie. What a battle. Plenty of D. We're looking for the old. We are midway through the second quarter. 11-9 is the score. Neither team is led by more than 2. Schul right back to the foul line for the 1 and 1, and he gets the first end of the 1 and 1 this time. And he looks for a tie at 11. He gets it. 4 foul shots in the game for Schul, 4 of 5, and we're tied at 11 with 4 to play till halftime. Castine, good help defense by Boise that time to close the lane. Brown pops it. It was a three-point try, and Boise with the rebound. Schul quickly up the floor. Knights, the camp sets a pick. Willette with the ball, right to the hoop, missed the shot, and Moore there once again. A lot of rebounds early on for Eddie Moore. Ribeiro out-wrestled Willette for the ball, missed the shot, and DeCamp is there for the Knights. McGowan and Parks waiting to re-enter for Eagles. Boise to Luck. Boy, a real scramble on the inside and a foul away from the ball. And it's called on a Beekmantown player, maybe Nate Brown on the inside, we'll see. Brown and Castine out, Ribeiro out. Let's see, the Eagles now have Moore, Himes, Hazen, Parks, and McGowan. And the last foul was charged to Seton's Shule, his first. Hazen? No. Scramble for the ball. Parks got it away from Shule. A lot of scrambling, let's say, almost like a hockey game sometime with that loose ball. And this will be a foul called on DeCamp. Eagles ball, 2:33 to play in the second quarter, and it is 11-11. Finding the hoop has been the story. Both teams all season looking to score points. And today's ball game, no different. Steal by Shule. A 2-on-1. Shule takes it all the way and scores. Shule with the basket. Parks tried to draw the foul. Turnover here. Good defense from the Knights. Both teams with 5 points in the second quarter. Shule hits the three. And now 16-11, the biggest lead of the ball game. The Knights by 5. Parks tries to get the three back, won't go. Rebound nice inside by Ian Luck. Luck just a sophomore, as is Boise, who's been on and off the bench, and Willette, who's been out there a lot and is a starter. DeCamp shoots, won't go. Moore with the rebound. Eagles down by 5 with 1:10 to play in the second quarter. Hazen thought about the three. McGowan guarded by Willette. Parks inside to Moore. Boise on him. Moore with the shot. No. Luck controls the boards. 50 seconds to play. Oh, and an intentional foul call. Hazen had the breakaway, and DeCamp caught for holding and called an intentional foul, which indeed it would be. Intentional foul, so Hazen's going to go to the line for a couple, and then the Eagles will get the ball. So with the score, Seton 16, Beekmantown 11, 42 seconds to play in the second quarter. They have a possible 4-point play. Hazen's in the scorebook. He makes it 16-12, and it is the Eagles' ball. Jamie Himes right in front of us. Himes, Parks, Hazen, Ribeiro, and McGowan. This is McGowan, 35 seconds to play. Parks. Luck, the ball was batted away. Ribeiro quick to get to it. Parks and Hazen. Shot clock is off, 20 seconds on the game clock. Boise tried to tie up Ribeiro. 12 seconds. Shule wants the last shot for the Knights. Luck to Shule. Shule shoots on the run. Boise, the putback just wouldn't go. It's halftime. It's halftime. The score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard at the half is Seton Catholic 16 and Beekmantown Central 12. In the first half, Seton outscored Beekmantown 8-6 in each of the quarters. Glenn Schul with 9 points for Seton Catholic. Daniel Willett with 5, the other 2 by Nick Maggie, so just 3 scores in the scoring column for Seton in the first half. Beekmantown with 6 scorers in the scoring column. Moore has 4, 2 for Castine, 1 for Ribeiro, 1 for Hazen, 2 for McGowan, and 2 for Brown. 16 minutes to play. Strategy sessions are over, and here we go. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon, our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer at Beekmantown Central School Varsity Boys Basketball. The Eagles 0-6 and Seton Catholic 1-5. Castine, reverse lay, no. Hazen guarded by Schul. Inside to Ribeiro, Mockery there, and they try to go lower to Moore. Daniel Willett with the interception. Spin move, Luck. So Seton with a turnover and then a missed shot. Beekmantown with a turnover on their first possession. Shot clock at 15. Hazen, oh, he should have taken the 3. I'm for shooting that 3 right there. And a travel called. The shot clock was down to 8. And 2 possessions for Beekmantown, no shots in the second half. The men in green, the Seton Catholic Knights. Maggie with the shot, won't go, rebound Ribeiro. Hazen guarded by Maggie, up the floor to Castine. Moore and Castine play catch, travel called. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for Beekmantown. We played a minute and a half. We are looking for our first third quarter points. Luck, Maggie, and Willett. Now Schul. Inside to Willett, turnaround is good. Daniel Willett has 7 points in the first points of the second half. The Knights lead by a 6-pack. Hazen hits the 2. And that's why I want to see Hazen shooting from the outside. I saw him play basketball the previous 2 years, and he showed great potential. Timeout called by Arnie Miller, and I don't know why. Oh, he's going to fix the net. Arnie with a, oh, I thought Arnie was going to jump up there. The ball didn't work. We're waiting for Arnie to jump. Arnie had a tough time playing basketball, and he finally gets it. 1 of 4 shooting for Arnie Miller. One of the great guys, let alone a great official in the CVAC, a great guy. You want to have a sody pop and talk basketball with him some night. There's some great stories to be heard. 5:40 to play, and here's a turnover. And the Eagles turn it right back. Willett double teamed in the steal by Brown, and Willett went back for it and a foul. Willett got caught picking a pocket there. It's 18-14. We're in the third quarter, 5:29 to play. We want to thank Rick Hazen and the gang at Glidden Paint, ICI Deluxe Paint Center, for their support of Beekmantown Central basketball. Interception by Willett. He's done that 3-4 times this game. We've played 3 minutes of the third quarter. Turnover. Neither team getting many scoring opportunities, and we have a timeout called. No. Arnie Miller thought somebody called a timeout. Yeah, I guess somebody did. Somebody called a timeout. We don't know who. Exactly 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. The Glidden Paint scoreboard says Seton Catholic 18 and Beekmantown 14. Ball off the foot of Luck. Boise in, and Mockery out for the Knights. The Beekmantown defense not allowing Schul to penetrate. They've obviously worked on that in practice, and it is working. Frustrating Schul. He can't penetrate and dish. Toron got the elbows up that time. He got him up. Maggie was left alone a moment, and that's all it took to get him his third and fourth points of the game. Knights by a six-pack. Boise with the rebound on the Park shot. Toron guards Boise. Schul guarded by Parks. Willett guarded by Moore. Inside Maggie guarded by Hazen. Foul called away from the ball. Peter McMillan with the call. 3-4 called as a push. That would be Coron. Beekmantown's Coron replaced by James Himes. Hazen also out. Right now for the Eagles, it's Brown, Parks, Himes, McGowan, and Moore. Moore batted that one away, heads towards the bleachers. It'll be Seton ball. Almost in front of us. Knocked away by Moore. A lot of defense being played. Shake your head at the scoreboard if you want, but a lot of hard defense being played. Another turnover. Matt Bruno for the Knights. Travel called. Schul has a three-pointer in the ball game, his 11th of the season. Bruno has 7 and Maggie 2 in the three-point category. For Beekmantown, Brown with 5 and Hazen with 2. No three-pointers in this game for the Eagles. 20-14, 2:50 to play, third quarter. Brown through traffic, not enough on it. Off the head of Boise into the hands of Schul. That's the long and short of that one. And Bruno for the Knights. Willett right in front of the crowd. Foul called a hold on Moore as Luck went for the ball. Nice out of bounds play. And Willett has 9 points in the ball game. Knights outscoring Beekmantown 6-2 in the third. Himes high off the glass, gets his own shot back, still won't go. Moore on the inside, and it still won't drop, and Moore got pounded on the head. He's holding his head like he's got a migraine. 22-14. That last foul was on Dan Boise, just his first foul. Mockery back in and will let out for Seton Catholic Central School Knights. And for the youngins in the crowd who don't know, Seton Catholic Central School Knights was born when St. John's Academy and Mount Assumption Institute merged so many years ago. Plattsburgh once housed high schools at Mount Assumption, Catholic high schools, Mount Assumption, St. John's, and also a Catholic high school at Our Lady of Victory Academy. Foul called on the loose ball. That one's on Hazen, I guess, huh? No? 3-1 green, and that would be on Ian Luck. No, 2-1. No. Oh, yeah, yep, there's Luck. And that's Luck's second foul. Beekmantown ball. Jamie Himes looks, gets it to Brown. Nate Brown, guarded by Matt Bruno. Oops, almost lost the handle. And then Park stepped out of bounds, stepped on a cheerleader's toe, actually. I think they stepped on Christy Grizzle's toe. Well, maybe not Christy, she's in the second row. 1:57 to play, 22-15. For it, right in front of the Seton bench, and now Parks looks the offense, gets it to Hazen, off his ankle, scramble for the loose ball. We knew these teams would scramble Hazen into camp. Held ball called, and it remains Beekmantown ball. Moore replaces Ribeiro. Eddie Moore right in front of the Beekmantown bench. 1:25 to go in the third. Moore triple teamed. Brown to the hoop, no, batted out of bounds, it'll stay there. Shot clock down to 6, but that hit the rim, that'll get a new shot clock. Should, it's still at 6. It's still at 6, they left it at 6. That shot hit the rim. Well, no matter. Himes gets the 2 points. James Himes, his mom right in front of us, cheers. She's videographer, cheerleader, mom, and fan today. And Jamie Himes has 2 points. He's in the scorebook with a minute to play. 22-17. They tie up Himes. What about 3 seconds? Oh no, it's wrong place. Whoops, whoops. That's why I'm not reffing. Hazen all the way. Brown with the shot. Moore with a strong rebound. Eddie Moore, and here come the Eagles. 22-19 with 30 seconds to play. Bruno all the way. Oh. Collision. Now I'm looking over the scorebook. I pointed out prior to game time, Beekmantown with 10 double-digit scoring, hitting the 10 mark in just 10 of their 24 quarters, and Seton in 12 of their 24 quarters. Neither team in this ball game has been able to get into double figures in a quarter. Matt Bruno at the foul line scores. He's now in the scorebook. And he makes it 23-19 with 23 seconds to play. Knights have led much of the way. Held ball on the rebound. It will be Seton Catholic ball under their own basket. 21 seconds on the clock. The shot clock could be off. Mockery. Bruno, and they're going to set up motion. And that means Bruno to penetrate. He was fouled before he dished to the camp. 14 seconds to play in the third. Seton ball under their own basket. Neither team near the 1-and-1 yet. Nice jump by Himes. He may go over the slam jam. He takes the easy layup. Himes with 2 more, so he's come off the bench to pull the Eagles within 2. At the buzzer, Bruno almost got it. After 3, the score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Seton Catholic Central School 23 and Beekmantown Central 21. 8 minutes to play. Beekmantown basketball to open the 4th. Nate Brown with 2 points. Himes with 4. McGowan with 2. Hazen with 3. Ribeiro with 1. Moore with 7. Castine with 2. That's the Eagles scoring after 3. Schul had 9 in the first half. He's been held scoreless in the second half. Bruno has a point. Maggie has 4, and Willette has 9. Timeout called, 7:46 to play. We're just barely into the 4th quarter. Timeout called. And the Glidden Paint scoreboard tells me it remains 23-21, Seton over Beekmantown. Ball tipped out of bounds. Himes, they go a backdoor route to Nate Brown. Now Hazen. Moore with the shot. Partially blocked, but I think Mockery will pick up a foul. Mockery does. That'll be 2 shots at the foul line for Eddie Moore. Moore's 1 for 2 from the line in this ball game. And as we just mentioned, he does have 7 points. Moore's high game of the season is 14. Moore now 3 for 4 from the foul line, and we're tied at 23. 7:33 to play, we're tied at 23. I told you we had the makings of a barn burner. You weren't believing me. You were out in the kitchen making ham sandwiches and opening bags of chips. And in the meantime, we've got ourselves a tie in the 4th quarter. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network, and Eric Gagnon is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Thanks to Ken Musso Development for their support of our endeavors. We're on Falcon Cable, Public Access, Channel 5. Hazen on the run, tipped away. It'll be Beekmantown ball under their own basket. Moore pops it from the foul line, base of the rim. Luck there for the Knights. To Nick Maggie and Glenn Schul. Good ball movement from the Knights. Willette to the hoop, gets the 2. He used his muscle there. And Damian Willette has scored in every quarter, and he's in double figures with 11. More! As the Eagles come right back. 6:32 to play. Foul called right after the basket, but we were tied at 25. Larry Converse in his 16th year as the head coach of Seton Catholic. Maceo Dubose in his 15th year as head coach at Beekmantown Central. Tied at 25, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. We knew we were going to shape up with a big ball game. The Knights have led by 6. I think that's been their biggest lead. Eagles ball. Ribeiro wants back in. He replaces Himes. Right now the Eagles have Moore, Hazen, Brown, McGowan, and Ribeiro. The Knights make a substitution. So Boise and Mockery are the big boys along with Luck, Schul, and Maggie as the guards. Brown up the floor all the way and blocked by Boise. Brown from the corner. Nice arc, but it bounced out. Strong rebound, Moore, and Mockery called for the foul. Well, the modified A game, 2-point win for Seton. The junior varsity game, Coach Baker out-dueled Coach Cutaire in overtime, and the Knights went home with a win there. This one tied with 5:40 to play. Eddie Moore at the line. The Eagles' nest is quiet. Moore hits it. Eagles by 1. They've come back down by 6 at one point. Actually at 2 points. They were down by 6. They now lead by 2. Moore with 6 points. All of the Eagles' points in the fourth quarter. Eagles 27, Knights 25. Knights want a basket. They look for the good shot. Eagles playing tight defense on them. Eagles, nice defense. Luck to the hoop. He gets it! Ian Luck. He looked, he shook, he moved, he grooved. He got the shot, he got the foul. Ian Luck, his first points of the ball game. But they're big ones. Tied at 27. I'll watch the clock. 5:16 to play. Luck, the sophomore, tries to put the Knights up by 1. He does. Hart, so they left him open for the shot. Ball off the leg of Himes and out of bounds. Another missed opportunity. That's out in the hallway. Some teacher scooped it up. And we have a timeout. 5 minutes, 6 seconds remaining. The score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Seton Catholic 28 and Beekmantown Central 27. The Knights up by 1. They have possession. Schul, 9 points. Oh, they go underneath, and Himes pushes Mockery. Pushed him right out of his sneaker, in fact. Coron's getting ready to come back in. Big Brent Coron. Himes out. Both teams in the bonus situation. Cheers from the girls right now for Brian Mockery, the senior, as he goes to the foul line. Mockery hits it. Excellent foul shooting in this game by Seton Catholic. 9-4-11 from the line is Seton Catholic. They lead by 3. Parks, the jumper, cuts the lead to 1. Earl Parks, his first points of the ball game. It's 30-29. 4:30 to play. Mockery, no. End-to-end action. Maggie to the hoop. It goes. Nick Maggie. He has a 6-pack of points. 32-29, Seton Catholic. Hazen, the bounce pass stolen away by Ian Luck. We're midway through the 4th quarter. Schul won't go. Strong rebound. Moore. They try to tie him up. Schul or somebody reached in. I think they're going to call Schul. Yes. Glenn Schul for the foul. We'll see how many on him. 3:38 to play in the ball game, or at least the 4th quarter. We're in the bonus situation, so there'll be a lot of walking from end to end. That's just this. Now on the scoreboard, it says the foul was on Luck for his 2nd. I thought they called it on Schul. 3:38 remaining. Timeout on the floor. We're in the 4th quarter, and the Glidden Paint scoreboard says it's Seton Catholic 32 and Beekmantown Central 29. Eddie Moore at the line. Beekmantown is 7 for 10 from the foul line. Moore is 5 for 6. Ball through the hands of Maggie. Almost hit a couple of teammates in the face. Bounced in front of the Willette family gathered over there, and it'll be Beekmantown ball. Mitch Willette's over there. Did you see him, Eric? No. We'll get a shot of him. He sang at our wedding. Well, not your and my wedding, but Laura and I's wedding. Yeah, Mitch Willette. He's a singer. He's in the blue shirt and the tie. He's the assistant, looked like assistant JV coach. Hazen with a steal on the play! Matt Hazen with the steal on the play! He rises to the occasion, cuts the lead to 1. No time for singing stars now. We've got some basketball going on. 32-31 with 3 to play. And Maggie hits. Maggie with 8 points. 34-31 Seton. Oh, Hazen on the run. He gets it. What a play! Where have these guys been the whole game? I can't believe it. A little bit of shake and bake, rock and roll. Good for the soul. 2:38 to play in the 4th quarter. I'm working up a sweat now. Throw me a towel. The score on the Glidden Paint scoreboard is Seton Catholic 34, Beekmantown Central 33. Nate Brown set for an important 1-and-1 situation. Missed the shot. And there went the chance for the tie. 2.5 to play. Knights by 1. Neither team in double digits through the first 3 quarters. Beekmantown outscoring Seton 12-11 in this quarter. Maggie blocked by Hazen. Foul called. Oh, a travel call. And Coach Dubose wanted to hold. A couple of fans wanted to hold. Mockery finds Schul. Seton in the 4th quarter, 4 points by Maggie. 3 by Luck, 2 by Mockery, 2 by Willette. Moore with 6 in the 4th quarter. Hazen with 4 and Parks with 2. Beekmantown ball. Hazen, ooh, in and out. He got robbed, and Moore called for the foul over the top. Moore over the top. 1:52 to play. The Knights by 1. This is a long time. I'm not leaving yet. This is a long ball game to play with 1:52 to play. Danian Willett at the line.
Who?
Danian or Dan. Danian, don't call me Danny. Willett is indeed at the line. He hits that one to give the 2-point lead with 1:52 to play. Excellent foul shooting from Seton Catholic. Mamma mia. 11 for 13 from the line. Pressure on Beekmantown. They're down by 3. 1:45. There's a steal. Oh, if they cash in here. No, they turn it over. Coach Converse can't believe it. He walks up and down the bench. He can't believe it. He's keeping the smile, though. He keeps a smile on his face. That's Mr. Rock and Roll of the North Country coaches, I'll tell you that. Larry, Mr. Rock and Roll of Converse. He loves those oldies. Shul with the steal. It hit Arnie Miller in the leg, or it would have gone out of bounds. And now, Coach Converse takes the TO. Oh my. What a ball game. 1:33 to play, and it's Seton Catholic 36, Beekmantown 33. Now you start to become conscious of the shot clock. You're up by 3. You definitely want a good possession here if you're Seton Catholic. Foul called on Jamie Hines. And that will send Nick Maggie to the foul line. Maggie for a 1-and-1. His first trip to the foul line. Nick Maggie with 8 points, and there is a timeout once again. We want to thank Rick Hazen and the gang at Glidden Paint, ICI Deluxe Paint Center in Plattsburgh for his support and their support of Beekmantown Central basketball. Right now, with 1:16 to play in the ball game, it's Seton Catholic 36 and Beekmantown 33. Nick and Maggie at the line. He gets it. Coach Converse must have his players practicing foul shots before they can go home. No going home for supper till you hit so many foul shots. Maggie hits 1 of 2. Rebound Seton. Oh, a big break there, and they're up by 4. Up by 4. 1:08 to play. Now they can just hog the ball. Seton can hog the ball. And they've been hot from the foul line. 55 seconds. Seton by 4. Shot clock at 10. Shot clock at 7. Luck in the paint. No. He got the rebound back, but he's called for a foul. Luck called for the foul. His teammate Willett calms him down. Nice job by the sophomore. Willett showing leadership there. And will march the floor for foul shots for Beekmantown Central, and they are important ones. Unofficially, I've got a 7 for 11 for Beekmantown. But it's probably 7 for 12. Let's see. 5, 6, 7. 7 for 12 is Beekmantown. Matt Hazen at the foul line. 1-and-1. No, 2 shots. He kisses the glass to get one. He has 8 points in the ball game. He's a junior. 37, 34, 43 seconds to play. The left-hander hits 1 of 2. The margin remains 3. 36 seconds. Shul up the floor. Parks just missed it by a fingertip. And Coach Dubose wants to foul. Parks went for the ball. and that'll send Glenn Schul to the foul line. Schul is 4 of 5 from the foul line in the ball game, huh? 27 seconds on the clock. The shot clock will be off, and it's 37-34 Seton. They led by 2 after 1. Seton led by 4 at halftime. Seton led by 2 after 3 quarters. They lead by 3 right now. All those foul shots. And that could provide the margin of victory. Coach Dubose wants the timeout to ice Schul. Schul now with 10 points in the ball game. And that is for Schul the 4th time he has hit double figures. He hit 16 against Osceola Valley. He hit 11 against Saranac. He hit 11 against Saranac Lake. He'll have a chance for 11 in about 35 seconds. We have 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Good spirited cheering. The previous timeout, there was a great battle between cheerleaders, actually between the Beekmantown cheerleaders and the Seton Catholic ladies and boys over along the sidelines. Good group of spirited Seton Catholic students. Our friend Greg Haberstroh is here, longtime Plattsburgh Little League baseball coach, coach of the year a couple times in our book, coached the city police team, and Greg Haberstroh here. He's also a big supporter of Lake City Stars football, one of their biggest fans. And good to see Greg Haberstroh here watching some basketball. It's been an exciting contest all the way. 38-34 and a big opportunity for Seton Catholic. Schul hits it. 39-34. Oh, there we go, back door. Hazen was too far under. He was too far under. Tough break there because they had the play, but the pass brought Hazen just a little too far under the basket. And that's one they must practice a lot because they have that man open. Hazen was open. 20 seconds now. The quick foul sends Willett to the foul line. Willett is 3 for 3 from the foul line. And Seton Catholic is something like 13 for 15 or thereabouts. 13 for 16 in the ball game. Well, that makes it look easy. Points for Willett. That's his season high. He had 13 in their opener against Tupper Lake, and he had 13 against Ticonderoga. And Eddie Moore fouls out. He's replaced by Brent Coron. Moore leaves the ball game with a very nice job on the boards, tons of rebounds, and 13 points to lead the Beekmantown scoring. Points for Willett, and it's now a 7-point lead. Brown tries to cut into it. And the Eagles, who were in it all the way, the Knights led by as many as 6 a couple times, but they were short-lived leads by that much. And now they lead by 7 in the closing seconds, just 8 seconds to play. And they could end up making this look like an 8, 9, 10-point win. Well, but the game was a lot closer than that. How do we know? Because we were here. Schul, 7 for 8 from the foul line. 7 for 9 in the game, 12 points overall. And Brown will take the final shot. The final score, Seton Catholic 42 and Beekmantown Central 34. Hard fought game, both sides and plenty of scrambling defenses. Both teams played their hearts out in this one. High scorer in the ball game for Beekmantown, Eddie Moore, the senior, with 13 points. Matt Hazen followed up with 8. Jamie Himes had 4, Brown with a couple, McGowan 2, Parks 2, and Ribeiro 1. Eddie Castine had 2. For Seton Catholic, 15 for Willette, including 9 in the second half. 12 for Schul, including 9 in the first half. Bruno had a point. Maggie had a nice ball game with 9 points. Luck had 3. Mockery had 2, and that's the scoring for Seton Catholic. Thanks to Eric Gagnon for his work on camera. Thanks to Rick Hazen and the gang at Glidden Paint for their support of Beekmantown Central basketball. Once again, the final score, Seton Catholic 42 and Beekmantown Central 34. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everyone at North Country Cable Network saying good night, North Country.